You know, I always believed, I bet many of you did too, when I was growing up, America was this great model for the rest of the world. This is before Abu Ghraib. This is before Guantanamo. It was before the war in Iraq. We were the country that was looked up to. Everyone wanted to be like us. They wanted to emulate us. Well, they don't really look at what we do around the world. They also look at what we do here at home. Well, those images that came onto our television screens out of New Orleans, we're not the only ones who saw. The whole world saw. What they want to know from us is will the richest, most powerful nation on the face of the planet actually turn it back on 37 million of its own people who wake up every day worried about feeding and clothing their children. And one thing that our country, our people understand, that politicians just don't seem to get, is what we do for the victims of the hurricane, for that matter, what we do for millions of Americans who live in poverty every day, is not about them. We don't do it for them. We do it for us. Because it says something about who we are. It says something about the character of America. And I'll tell you one other thing. You know, I don't want to be pie in the sky, you know, like I don't live in the real world. But there is one thing I am sure of. I spent the last 3 or 4 years going all over this country. There is a hunger in America. A hunger to be inspired again. People are looking for something new. Our party, we need to give it to them. We used to be the party of big ideas. We were the party of backbone and courage and leadership. We need to be that party again. Not just for the world and not just for our party, but for America. Our country needs us so badly. And by the way, it's not just doing something about poverty. That's a piece of it. It's just a piece of it. You know, we have a huge moral obligation to do something about 46, 47 million of our own people who have no health care. And when I say do something about it, let me be very clear. I'm talking about universal health care coverage. Every man, woman, and child in America. Which includes dental coverage, it includes mental health care coverage, mental health parity. There's another issue. We should be the party that leads the Apollo project, that takes America away from its dependence on oil in the Middle East. We have to change where we are today. We have to. But I want to say something about this, and this applies across the board to what I'm talking about. We got plenty of politicians in America. What we need are leaders. And we need leaders that will tell us that you listen to these politicians. Listen, do we need to invest in clean alternative sources of energy? Of course we do. Wind, solar, biomass, biofuels, all things, ethanol, all things that people in Iowa know a great deal about. But it is not the truth to tell the country that we're going to solve our dependence on oil just by doing that. We need to ask America for a new kind of patriotism. Patriotism about something more than war. We need to say to the country, it is important for your country for you to be willing to conserve. It is important for your country for you to be willing to sacrifice. Because we can't innovate our way out of this. We can't. It's going to require both. People are going to have to be willing to sacrifice. We can't drive vehicles and get 12 miles to the gallon and think we're going to solve this problem. It will never happen. And just one other issue. You know, I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in an America where we're giving up our individual liberties in the name of freedom. We've seen too much of that over the last. One thing we should not doubt, all of us would embrace and praise the intelligence operations, the law enforcement operations that brought down this planned attack announced yesterday. That's a great thing. But we should never for a minute doubt. And I'm not adding that. We, the Democratic Party, we will keep America safe. We will keep America strong economically, militarily, but we should never doubt that our liberties are most in jeopardy in times like this. Every single day. And we cannot give up what we are and who we are in the name of the war. We can't do it.